like Trump is upping the ante on his feud with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Now, of course, Trump doesn't like anyone stealing the spotlight from him. And Trump also cares far more about himself than the Republican Party. So before I get to Trump attacks on Ron DeSantis, let me give you the context necessary to understand what Trump is so upset about. Now, apparently, Ron DeSantis decided to endorse a candidate who's actually been very critical of Donald Trump. His name is Joe O'Dea, and he is the GOP Senate nominee, Republican Senate nominee in Colorado. Now, in the GOP Senate primary in Colorado in June, Trump actually endorsed his opponent, State Representative Ron Hanks, who lost to O'Dea, a construction executive. O'Dea has said that Trump should not run in 2024, though he said he would vote for him if he ends up being the GOP's presidential nominee. Now, last week, O'Dea said that he would actively campaign against Trump, whom he called a black eye for the United States. In fact, that was certainly a fun interview. So let's just take a look at a snippet of that conversation.
You have said Donald Trump could have done a lot more to stop January 6th, the insurrection, the violent attack on the Capitol from happening. Do you think what happened on January 6th should disqualify him from being president again?
Look, I believe that the January 6th was a black eye on the country. I've been very vocal that I thought he should have done more to keep the violence from heading towards the Capitol. Anybody that was violent at the Capitol or tore something apart, they should be held accountable. We've got processes in place that hold people accountable, and we need to move the country forward.
So,
I don't think Donald Trump should run again. I'm going to actively campaign against Donald Trump and make sure that we've got 4 or 5 really great Republicans right now: Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott. They can run and serve for 8 years.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley or even this guy, but he did win in the Republican primary for this Senate seat in Colorado, and that's good news. And you would think that Trump would care about Republican Party power, and he would put whatever conflict he has aside to now endorse the Republican candidate, but that is not the case. Now, after it was reported that Ron DeSantis was endorsing O'Dea, Trump was very upset about it, and through Truth Social, he posted this. There's this rhino character in the great state of Colorado, Joe O'Dea, that's running against the incumbent Democrat for the United States Senate, who is having a good old time saying that he wants to distance himself from President Trump and other slightly nasty things. No, there's pretty nasty things. You're a nasty guy. Anyway, he continues to say he should look at the economy, inflation, energy independence, defeating ISIS, the strongest ever border, great trade deals, and much more before he speaks. MAGA doesn't vote for stupid people with big mouths. Good luck, Joe. Well, again, Joe O'Dea won, so I guess Republican voters do in fact vote for non-MAGA candidates. But let's also just note that Trump himself says that he had strengthened the border. So, I mean, if he strengthened the border, I'm sure we're not having any type of immigration crisis, right? But again, Ron DeSantis decided to even do a robocall on behalf of O'Dea. And in that robocall, DeSantis says, "Hello, this is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. America needs strong leadership and desperately. That's why I'm endorsing Joe O'Dea for US Senate. Colorado, please vote for Joe O'Dea," right? Just very simple robocall. Trump saw a report about that robocall and just posted that article with the caption, "Big mistake." Is it?
Okay, my favorite part of the story is when Trump says, MAGA people don't vote for stupid people with big mouths. I got pretty good evidence that they do, because right next to me is a picture of a stupid man with a big mouth. Okay, so I mean there's literally nothing that MAGA votes for more than stupid people with big mouths. Okay, that's like MAGA 101. So, but of course that's not the issue here. The issue is that Donald Trump says, "Me no like him, he no like me no like him." Okay. And so, of course, all of MAGA land goes, "He no like him, he no like him," and all the minions go throughout the land spreading the word. And DeSantis comes in here. look, I don't know if DeSantis was doing just the most regular robocall of all time and had agreed to do that like 3 weeks ago or something, right? And then he gets ambushed in this situation, or if he did it to kind of prod Trump a little bit. But remember, DeSantis isn't saying anything publicly against Trump, right? But Trump sees that DeSantis made that call. He takes that opportunity to punch DeSantis in the face and posts about, oh yeah, big mistake, DeSantis. That one doesn't like the crybaby, and the crybaby doesn't like him. Big mistake, Ronnie, big, all right? And you would think that tough guy Republican voters wouldn't like that kind of crying. No, welcome to America. They love that type of crying. So,
right.
Anna, it's fun drama to begin with, as you said, right?
Yeah, and it's drama that hurts the Republican Party. So, like, please, more of this. Give me more. Inject it in my veins. It's like the most exciting thing that's happened today.
Yeah, look, so the reality is, now let's talk about who's gonna win in this cat fight, right? So first of all, Anna, you're right, the number one winner is the voters of Colorado because they'll get a decent senator. Because Trump is actively telling everybody, don't vote for the Republican candidate. Is that going to hurt the Republican candidate? Of course. And then what will he do afterwards? He'll come out and say, I told you it was a big mistake to talk against me. Well, I mean, it was partly because you then ambushed him, right? So
he's just so unbelievably selfish, and I love it. Like in this context, it's fantastic because all his enablers, all those people in the federal government who have enabled him, who have decided to lend credibility to him, and this notion that he actually looks out for the American people and the Republican Party, it's all a lie. And now the chickens have come home to roost. He won't endorse or support the Republican candidate for a Senate seat. Oh, delicious.
Yeah, I hear you, but look, the reality is that guy was probably gonna lose anyway. He was, and that's why he's saying those things against Trump, because it's nowadays Colorado's more blue, less purple, right? And so Michael Bennet, the least exciting candidate in American history, has a significant lead on that guy. So Trump's gonna brag about how it was a big mistake after the election anyway. And he doesn't care at all about other Republicans. Remember, he doesn't have a policy agenda. So he doesn't need more Republicans in office to get something done. He already passed tax cuts for the rich. It's all about his own ego. So what does he care how many Republicans are in Congress? He cost them 2 senators in Georgia for sure. He told everybody in Georgia, don't vote, don't vote, don't vote. And then the Democrats barely won anyway, right? So if he hadn't said all that, the Republicans probably would have had those 2 seats in Georgia. So, but Anna, this does create one problem, and no joke on this one. If the Republicans pick a candidate that doesn't kiss Trump's ass, Trump will attack that candidate, and then that candidate will have less of a chance of winning. If they pick a candidate that does kiss Trump's ass, well, then Trump will back that candidate and increase voter turnout. So that creates an incentive for the Republican Party to be an entire party of ass kissers. And so that's where we are today.
I mean, I think that ship has sailed, Cenk. And I think that Ron DeSantis endorsing a candidate who is not friendly to Trump is honestly an exception, not the rule. And remember, DeSantis, even though he doesn't really engage in the fight with Trump, Trump seems to be the one throwing jabs here and there. He knows that when it comes to the possibility of running for the Republican ticket in 2024, the person he's gonna have to duke it out with is Donald Trump. So I think DeSantis knows who his enemies are. And so let's see. I mean, I'm definitely interested in seeing how this fight plays out.
Yeah, last 2 quick things here. Don't get me wrong, this is ass kissing is bipartisan. So if you don't kiss Biden or Pelosi or Schumer's ass, both Democratic Party and the mainstream media will turn on you in a fury. Look at what happened to Nina Turner in Cleveland. The main ad run against her ad nauseum was she once criticized Joe Biden. How dare she? She did not obey. She did not kiss Biden's ass enough. Her opponent, Shontel Brown, ran nonstop ads saying, I will do nothing but kiss Joe Biden's ass, and she won. So let's keep it real on both of those factors. And at the end of the day, though, between DeSantis and Trump, DeSantis is giving him rope and thinking that will hurt Trump at the end, but it never has. And so my guess is at the end of the day, Trump comes out ahead because he's the one in the public eye and DeSantis is moving in the background. And that's old school politics that I don't think is gonna work in there.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.